Alright, we are going to join a game further in progress to give you a good idea of how the cards interact. I pick two and they start face down. So these are what I'm going to play on my 1 spot and 2 spot. This is going to cause a problem I want you to see. The starting player would ask, does anybody have a special action? And in my example, no one does. So we all flip our cards over. Beginning with the start player, we resolve our 1 actions. He's played an energy market. Energy markets are special. They don't resolve until the end of whichever section or phase they're in. So 1, 1, and 1 happen together, and then the energy market resolves. So that's going to wait. Our yellow player has also played energy market. So his energy market is going to wait. I have played mining advance. Whenever you play an action with a blue symbol in the corner, we pay an energy. We pay an energy, and it will resolve. So mining advance means my mine, I was on a 5, I go to a 6. We then go back to our energy markets. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 energy in the middle. That's a great even spread. So both these players are going to earn 3 energy for their energy markets. Now we resolve the 2s. This player has played speed production. He is on a 5. He will take 5 from supply. However, I forgot to pay the cost. So you got to pay the cost of the middle. Then he gets his 5 from the supply. The other player also played speed production. He's also on a 5. He pays his cost. Takes his, in this case, cube. Cubes are worth 5. And now we come to our problem. I've played speed production, but I am out of money. So that means energy. I can't pay the cost. So this simply will not resolve. The tragedy is this. On my next turn, I will start. These cards will come over here. The cards on the side go back into my hand. But in your hand of cards, you only have a single card that can be played with no cost to put it on the table. Now, that of course is what I have to do, I should do, but it means the other 2 players are going to be very tempted to sabotage that action. If they do, I will not get to play any actions that turn either. So we've done 2 things. Number 1, in this situation, if you are looking at a new player, we would suggest that instead of saying this player has made a terrible play and the next turn will be terrible too, turn this action sideways and say, I meant to burn this action. Burning an action earns 3 energy from the supply. Now, if you're an experienced player, the correct way to do this is when you put your cards down, let's assume that we had no cash to begin the turn. When you flip your actions over, go ahead and turn one sideways on purpose, good players. This is a burned action. You will earn 3 energy from the supply, and then you can begin playing actions again. Let me show you one more thing that comes up in the game that we get a lot of questions about. All right, we're going to rejoin the game. The same turn, probably a 3rd or 4th turn, and the round has started correctly. Let's make the assumption we've already moved our parsec card, so we've moved the ship in the middle. We should have put 3 energy into the center, and we should have moved our research cards. That all happens before a turn starts. Now the starting player says, does anybody have a special action to play? And in this case, being the meanest player at the table, I say yes. I'm playing a special action. I pay 2 energy immediately, and now I'm going to select. If someone had a technology card in play, research and development, I could decide to kill that card. I simply say, I'm using my sabotage to hit this card. It is discarded from the game. But in this case, what I want to do is particularly nasty. When I look over at the yellow player, he's got a lot of cash. And when I look at his cards on the side, I know that he has not played a build last turn, and maybe I remember he didn't play one the turn before. He needs to get some points. I'm going to guess he's building this turn, and as I said, I'm the meanest player at the table, so I'm going to say, Bob, build. I've identified Bob and what action I think he's playing. Then we reveal the rest of the actions. Excuse me. We still go back and start with the start player. He has played Energy Market, which will wait until the end of the ones resolving. Yellow player has played Speed Production, so he's going to earn $5 from the supply. That comes over. He's even richer. Now the bottom half of my Sabotage, my special action, will resolve. I can gain 2 defense points or move my mining and get a science card. Depending on gameplay, those are both active choices. I think I want to advance my mine again. I'm going to go to 7, and I'm going to draw an R&D card that will come over and join my side of the board. As soon as I do that, this is now resolved. The yellow stripe special action leaves play, and I'll select one of the 3 that were dealt at the beginning of the game. The ones have resolved. This player played Energy Market, so he takes all the cash. I'm sorry, energy. And now we go to the 2s. His 2 is a Speed Production. He must pay an energy, top of the card, and then he earns 5. So now this player's got a bunch of cash. Remember that next turn. Bob, our yellow player, he played a build, and I predicted he would play a build, and I have sabotaged it. So his build will not resolve. He did have to pay for it. He tried, he just didn't do it well because I messed it up. So he does not lose any of his money, he just cannot use his action this turn. It comes over to me. I played Energy Market the second half. Now you'll notice not much money went in there the second half because his first spot, Energy Market, cleared a lot of energy out of there. So I do just take the 2 that are there. Oh well, a little money, not bad. And then the 2s have resolved. That is the end of the round. Sabotage and special actions are the key to this game in terms of trying to figure out how to maximize your efficiency and try to predict what somebody else does so you can slow them down. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you enjoy The Arrival.